ladies and gentlemen of music and broadcasting. This is a genuine privilege for me to be with you this evening to share in welcoming Rob STEELE into the Broadcast Hall of Fame. As you could infer, my industry relationships with the STEELE family goes back to 1986, when New Cap came to my hometown for their entry into the radio business. Now, I have to be diplomatic here because they came to compete against me, and I had a reputation of my own. I can explain best by saying that our two companies came to a very good management agreement in 1994 and continued it through my first retirement in 2004. Even as we were competitors, Harry STEELE and later Rob and I were never at odds, always respectful, always feeling and saying the best about these gentlemen who have become wonderful, treasured, respected friends. And we all see where they have come in broadcasting, from 1 to nearly 100 stations. One of the top operators and performers in Canada. Is it any wonder Rob STEELE is not simply a business person in broadcasting? He's a man for the industry, leadership, growth, talent development, a love of music and entertainment, volunteerism, philanthropy, family. With New Cap Radio, you are in the family. Rob, this is a well-deserved recognition. It was an honor and a pleasure to have worked directly with you and your team over many years. Lieutenant Governor was the only position worth my second retirement from New Cap. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look at a short video.
I'm the boy, you know the world could be our oyster.
He was very young, and I used to take him with me when I traveled. And when we were doing the deals, he always seemed so fascinated with it.
Through his vision and strategy, he grew the business to a Canada-wide success story.
And build it from a small 10 to 12 station business to where it currently stands over 100 stations.
He lets people do the job. He holds them accountable, but he gives them free rein.
He just has this ability to harness that creative side of the radio business, and I think that's helped to develop his vision, combined with the ability to manage people well.
And he's not afraid to tell people when they're coming up short, and he's not afraid to praise them when they achieve something.
Passionate, competitive, savvy, and common sense.
You know, he's a flashy dresser, he works in the entertainment business, owns all these car dealerships, but Rob cares very deeply about people.
Rob has an ability to look around the corner when it comes to business opportunities. He sees things that I think others don't see.
He listens, he processes, and he's a really big picture thinker.
He's got a heart as big as a mountain. He's just like a kind, caring guy.
He's an immensely talented, committed, focused business leader, but I also know him as a great guy to party with.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true Newfoundlanders.
This redhead is comfortable on the wharfs of Musgrave Harbour, conversing with the fishermen, as he is with celebrities and the power brokers of the world.
Yeah, without question, he's a Newfoundlander through and through.
I can handle a jigger, I cuts a fine figure.
He has an adventurous spirit, and his entire demeanor reveals that he always has something cool going on.
I think I realized his true passion for music when he would come down to Calgary for our Canadian Content Development Initiative. Rob would judge, he would sometimes just come to watch, but he always got engaged, and he loved the whole live music scene.
Rob's passion is music. You know, it has been since I met him.
Rob is music. Whether you interact with Rob professionally or personally, you sense that passion for music. I think that's one of the things that makes him a great radio operator.
There is no one that I know that has more passion about music, artists, and giving them an assist and a leg up in the start of their career.
Rob's a rock star. He looks like a rock star. And I hear he does a great Mick Jagger impersonation.
Rob's Mick Jagger is classic. Mick Jagger would be jealous of that.
Bring earphones I think every stereo that Rob has, I think the dial definitely goes to 11.
Steadily, honorably, profitably.
Rob believes in creating great radio that serves our local communities.
People like Rob STEELE are keeping radio alive and prosperous by providing excellent service to listeners across Canada.
Congratulations. Nice you could break away from your place down in Austin, Texas and get back up to Toronto for this event.
I'm really happy to see Rob receive the recognition that he deserves with this Hall of Fame award.
Thank you, Rob, for the privilege of working for such an amazing company and continuing to believe that great people create great radio.
I'm very proud of what you've accomplished as a business leader, as a community leader, and as a great Canadian.
Congratulations, Rob, on the induction.
Cheers, brother.
And congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Well done, young chappie.
The Hall of Fame is a better place with you in it.
Deserved success, and I wish you all the best for the future.
We're all very proud of you and wish you continued success for many years to come.
Rob, this honor is yours to receive, and as far as I'm concerned, you've earned it in full. All the best.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly and sincerely welcoming Mr. Rob STEELE, multi-platinum in his many talents, into the Broadcast Hall of Fame, even as we know that his contributions to this great industry will continue for years to come. Rob.
Wow. Thank you, Frank. There's a brilliant radio man right there, I got to tell you. Folks, I got to tell you, I love music. I love the music business, and I love radio. And I have to tell you, I'm overwhelmed being here today. And I'm as overwhelmed now as I was when Neil called me back in August to tell me about I was being inducted. And Neil, I got to tell you, this is a great event. This is a must-attend event for anybody in the broadcasting radio business. It's great to see, you know, the fraternity in Canada is fairly small, and it's so great to see so many familiar faces. And I got to tell you, it's a great business, it's a fun business, and this is a true story. I was having lunch a couple weeks ago in Halifax with a friend of mine, and he's in the construction business, and he just got back from Vegas. And he said to me, he said, you know, he was talking about the convention and how great it was. And I said, well, what was the convention? And he says, it's the Concrete and Drywall Convention. And I went, I'm glad I'm in radio. Jesus. So hats off to you, Neil. Great event. And I'm truly humbled to be in the same company of past inductees like Alan Waters, Ian Greenberg, John Cassidy. I saw Rob Braid earlier today, Bill Evanoff. And I also have to mention my good friend, who has been a wonderful inspiration to me, is Gary Slate. And he's been an incredible, not only a friend, he's been a mentor. And I really look on these guys as pioneers, as role models and as heroes. And it's satisfying to be honored for doing the work we love, creating entertainment in an industry that's challenging, it's fun, and it's exciting. And as I was talking about earlier, all businesses aren't created equal. Some are more fun than others, and this one is definitely a fun one. Most of all, I'm proud that my mom and dad are here in the audience today. They're keeping my feet on the ground, my vision focused for a long time now. My mom, Catherine, is an incredibly creative, talented woman. She's also a great musician. She taught music for years, and she is still my greatest inspiration. And it was Mom who encouraged me to move fast, with purpose, make decisions. And of course, my dad, Harry, who founded Newfoundland Capital Corporation. We never call it that, hence it's New Cap Radio. And it was a diverse holding company that owned everything from newspapers to airlines to hotels and, of course, radio stations. And after I spent many years building the auto group on my own, Dad figured at one point you know, he's earned his spurs. I'm going to give him a crack at running the company. So he invited me over to join him at NewCap. This was back in '99. And to his credit, he gave me full latitude to transform what was a diverse holding company involved in primarily transportation, trucking, airlines, container terminal. And at that point in time, we had 14 radio stations. And my idea was to make this thing. I liked radio. Out of all the portfolio businesses he had, radio was the one that appealed to me. And, you know, because it's important if you're going to spend time and a career at something, to do something you really love and you have a passion for, and I really do for radio. So Dad, of course, is never, I can't accuse him of shyness, but as we've grown NewCap from coast to coast, he was definitely in the wings, encouraging, supporting me, and to say he's a mentor is an understatement. He had a profound influence on my career. So to both my parents, thank you for setting me on the path here tonight. Of course, there's many others that I have to acknowledge. First off, I'm surrounded by a team of almost 1,000 employees, and I consider them to be the best in the business. Many have been recognized individually for by their peers for their own personal achievements. They're dedicated, professional, enthusiastic, creative, skilled, talented, and they are the heart of NewCap. And they're the reason why we have achieved the success we have, and I want to truly thank them from the bottom of my heart. And I'd like to take a brief moment to pay homage to Pat Cardinal. Pat passed away just weeks ago, and he is being deservedly honored here tonight. And I had the privilege of working for Pat. He worked for all the big guys, and he joined NewCap in our early days. And we were really fledglings in radio at the time. And it was important to us to have somebody with the credibility that Pat had. And he really did bring street cred to our company as we morphed into a national broadcaster. So his contribution was enormous, and his loss is immense. So, folks, I hesitate to identify all the individuals who've influenced and mentored me. Otherwise, you know, we'd be up here all night, and I really would hate to miss anyone. There are many and varied, from childhood friends who are still an important part of my life, many who are here supporting me tonight, and I really appreciate them being here. Business associates, past and present, who have had an impact on my career. And finally, I want to give a special thanks to Frank Lewis, who participated in that video. I don't know where they got that. That was a charity thing when we were doing the Stones thing there. I don't know where they got that. Anyway, folks, look, I really appreciate it, and I will cherish everything about tonight. Thank you.